A new Navy plan could turn its entire fleet of Arleigh Burke-class destroyers into aircraft carriers unto themselves. The US Navy just awarded Shield AI a $50 million contract to continue maturing its new vertical takeoff and landing XBAT fighter drone. But what's even crazier is that the Navy envisions operating these jets off of more than just aircraft carriers. They want them to be launched and recovered from their destroyers as well. Now, when Shield AI first unveiled this new VTOL XBAT fighter, I was pretty confident that they would immediately see some interest from the US Navy because of the small footprint allowed by that VTOL design. But admittedly, I expected to see the Navy excited to add it to its carrier air wings alongside the MQ-25, or maybe even more likely, as a significant boost to the standoff strike capabilities of America's fleet of smaller carrier-like vessels that we call amphibious assault ships. But based on the RFI released last month and the contract award announced earlier this week, it's clear that the Navy wants new long-range strike options for a whole variety of warships, and that includes its 75 or so destroyers that right now really serve as the backbone of America's surface combatant fleet. Now, these destroyers already boast a variety of weapon systems, but the most potent of them are housed within 90 or 96 vertical launch system cells, depending on which variant of the Burke you're sailing. Now, these VLS cells can house a whole bunch of different surface-to-air interceptors like the SM-2, SM-3, and wildly capable SM-6, as well as long-range land attack weapons like the legendary Tomahawk cruise missile. But once you've expended all the munitions housed inside those cells, you usually need to sail out of the fight and all the way back to a friendly port to rearm. And while there are ongoing efforts to be able to rearm these ships at sea, doing so is not going to be smooth sailing anytime soon. But that's where Shield AI's XBAT could come in. This drone fighter is powered by an afterburning and thrust-vectoring GE F110 turbofan engine, and it's designed to take off and land vertically from the tail-sitting position. And that means these pretty large aircraft occupy relatively little space because they're pointed straight up, and they don't require any runway room to be launched or recovered. And that could be a boon for amphibious assault ships using their cramped deck space to launch and recover F-35Bs, along with various rotorcraft. But it could also mean equipping destroyers with a handful of these fighters to serve as their own reusable long-range strike and potentially even air defense fighters. Now, the Navy said they want these platforms to be able to conduct strikes at ranges of 1,000 nautical miles, which is about 1,150 non-pirate miles for us normies here on land. And as luck would have it, previous XBAT promotional materials, like this nifty brochure I have on my desk, show an unrefueled range of over 2,300 miles. Now, these materials also show the XBAT flying with a variety of weapon systems, some of which are already Navy-specific, like the AIM-174B Gunslinger, the longest-reaching air-to-air missile in American service today that happens to just also be that wildly capable SM-6. Now, these aircraft, if they prove to work, would all but certainly find themselves operating alongside Boeing's MQ-25 Stingray, which is the Navy's new drone refueling tanker, but if we're all being honest here, it is a lot more than that. In fact, we've already seen pictures of these unmanned tankers carrying weapon systems in testing. Now, Shield AI plans to begin limited flight testing of their XBAT before the end of this year, and it'll be very interesting to see how quickly this concept matures with this influx of funding.